MLBBro.com, covering black and brown major leaguers.
Gambler here, and I'm bringing you my MLBBro.com top 10 Black Knight players of the year so far. Those black and brown players who have distinguished themselves over the first 30 games. Check it out. Number 1 has to be Byron Buxton of the Minnesota Twins. Total domination has been in his path this season. He's first in MLB slugging, third in batting, and second in OPS. He's 10th in OBP and has 9 homers and 5 steals, just an all-around maniac game. He's doing it all like Travis Scott on production. He left Thursday's game with a hip strain. Let's hope he's okay, because right now, everything he's doing is saying MVP. Number 2 on our top 10 Black Knights list, the Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton's 12-game hitting tear has elevated him into MVP contention, raised his batting average above 300, and lifted the Yankees back into contender status. This guy's homered in 3 straight games, 8 times in his last 17 games, and 15 times in his last 34 games, dating back to last postseason. He's having his best year since that 2017 MVP season when he hit 59 bombs for the Mullins. Now Yankee fans are singing his praises. Giancarlo. Number 3 on the top 10 Black Knights list for MLBBro.com is St. Louis Cardinals pitching ace Jack Flaherty. He leads all MLB Bro pitchers in wins. In fact, he leads the entire league in wins with a 5-0 record for the NL Central leading St. Louis Cardinals. This kid can pitch, and he doesn't squander leads. When you spot him a couple of runs, it's usually lights out. 4th guy on the MLB Bro top 10 Black Knights list so far through 30 games this season is Michael Brantley of the Houston Astros, the veteran. Brantley's batting over 300 again, and he's top 15 in the league in hits again, and top 30 in runs scored, and slugging over 500. He's dialing up power in clutch situations, and that's just what he does. Number 5 on the top 10 Black Knights list of 2021 so far might come as somewhat of a surprise, but he's been a consistent veteran for a while. Washington Nationals second baseman Josh Harrison is batting .329 and is 26th in MLB in OPS for the Nasty Nats, fighting to stay alive in a division in which the top team and the last place team are separated by just 2.5 games. This guy gets on base, he's a pro, and he's doing his thing. Props to Josh Harrison. Next up on the top 10 MLBBro.com Black Knights list is a guy we've been talking about since the beginning of the season. Baltimore Orioles center fielder Cedric Mullins. After a blazing start, Mullins is still batting .320. He's still among the league leader in hits, and he's on his way to the All-Star game as one of the lone bright spots on a young and rebuilding Orioles squad. Let's go, Cedric. Give it to him. Next up on the list is New York Mets pitching phenom Marcus Stroman, HDMH. He's a master technician on the mound. He's not overpowering all the time, but he can be unhittable, like Greg Maddux back in the day. Stroman has a 2.12 ERA, which is good for first among all MLB bros and 11th in all of Major League Baseball. So he's doing his thing. The assassin continues to earn his money for the Mets. And you can't mention Stroman without mentioning Taijuan Walker, who's 2-1 with a 2.38 ERA as of Friday. He's been on a tear, opposing batters as well, and he's bringing the heat. The Mets have quite a rotation with those guys anchoring the great Jacob deGrom. Chicago White Sox shortstop Tim Anderson, a.k.a. Mr. Spicy, he'll be rising up this list as the year continues. But through the first 30 games, he ranks 9th on this list, and Anderson's getting into the groove after some nagging injuries threw him off in the beginning. He's hitting close to 300 as usual, showing power and showing speed as the catalyst at the top of that Chicago White Sox lineup. He'll be in the batting race before it's all over, and he'll steal a couple of bags and hit some bombs before it's all over. He'll also do some backflips, so look out for him. Last but not least on this list is the great Aaron Judge. Judge has been injury prone in his career. He's been out a couple of games here and there this year, but he seems to be healthy And after he was on a tear, he's cooled off a bit. But he still has 7 home runs. He still has over 25 hits. He's still a force in the middle of that Yankees lineup. And I expect with Giancarlo Stanton doing so well, Aaron Judge will be elevating his play very soon. They'll be there to the end, and he'll rise on this list as well. But for now, that's our top 10 MLBBro.com Black Knights through the first 30 games of the 2021 MLB season. We'll be keeping an eye on them because that's what we do, cover black and brown major leaguers. This is The Gambler for MLBBro.com. See you soon. We'll be back on the attack.
MLBBro.com, covering black and brown major leagues.